Alright, here we go. This is a ranked 1v1 on Twin Peaks between the Carbon player on the left side, slimyslice, in the classic striker, Flying Nikolai, and his opponent, the blue player on the right side, Tamil, in the steampunk Neo. So, both going bottom, pretty normal. The mentality for going bottom is mostly due to the kind of the natural standoffish nature that AirMech has sort of developed into for some strange reason, because, you know, it's easier to I don't know about easier, but I guess it's more straightforward to fight just a direct fight, because the other guy's most likely going bottom too. If you go top, then you are split, and you have to start making real choices, real decisions. Do you move? Do you need a rush? Should you split your attention between top and bottom? Things like that. But if you go bottom, the other guy's most likely going bottom, and at that point, it's more of a normal, traditional, probably, I don't know if traditional is exactly the right word, but more of a classic AirMech fight. slimyslice trying to harass Tamil's units down there at the bottom, but not actually finishing them off at all. And I don't think any player has lost any units yet, have they? Let's see. No. So, let's see. Tamil slightly behind. Well, he has actually been able to grab his outpost first. He's slightly behind in the upkeep count, but actually is about to surpass I don't even know, surpass slimyslice's unit count in a few seconds here. Actually, 12. Oh, man, it looks like he has a lot more than 12 units out on the field, or 12 upkeeps worth. Where is slimyslice's units all sitting? Does he have stock units out or something? Oh, it was all in his build queue. So now he finally has them out on the field. But lots of tanks defended by a few ratchets. Getting chased down by that Neo. Probably doesn't have to be that you know, afraid of the Neo. Or yeah, I mean, you're a striker, you're by your outpost. Even though it kind of had low energy, you're a striker and you're by your outpost. You should just fire back at the Neo for the most part, and you'll be able to get it away from you. You don't have to worry too much about it unless it's like a tanky Lexi Neo. That's like an oxymoron, I understand, but okay. But yeah, slimyslice, the first one with artillery out. Does look like Tamil is not even going with artillery right now at all. Just has jammer to prevent the damage. Okay, now the artillery is coming out to complete the kind of more standard normal AirMech game. Line of tanks in the front. slimyslice with the same exact thing, a little bit lower positioning. Looks like he is going to go for more of a crawl toward the bottom instead of the top. It's a little bit funny because the terrain, not really terrain, but the props, the objects on the map are different from both sides. So the approach not necessarily has to be slightly different, but it always tends to be just a little bit different for each side, just because this is blocking here, this is blocking here, and this can actually cover units, you know, like artillery as they fire over. And it's cool for the left side to approach the bottom here, and frequently this is used as a guard and can only really be harmed by artillery. And if you creep, I don't know if I want to say creep the right way, but if you creep in a certain way, you can probably be able to station units there. And now we have just a lot of units sitting down, but it does look like Tamil is coming out with some boomers. But with Gemini on slimyslice's side and plenty of ratchets to heal up, I don't know how effective that's actually going to be. It's probably going to be a lot less effective than it would be if it were Longhorn and you know, not as many ratchets and all that stuff. If slimyslice was doing the, you know, pure tank, trying to get them out as fast as possible and out as much as possible, so he can just do a steamroll through, depending. It might have worked, but let's see now. Tamil with a bunch of boomers here, and will he be able to get anything killed? A couple of, do any of them actually go off? Doesn't look like it. Nothing died. I mean, something definitely had to have died, I'm pretty sure, if any of them did go off. So the Gemini definitely doing their work. Only the 100 damage getting, you know, the 100 damage getting applied instead of the 400 damage. And now we have 3 artillery now 4 out on the field, 2 more coming out for Tamil, and slimyslice has 7. So let's see here. Let's back out a little bit. No one even touching top yet. I really oh, and slimyslice a little bit low in health. I don't know if Tamil would have been able to get that finish, but you know, it's if you notice that, you probably should go, especially if you're Neo. Oh, and Tamil taking a lot of damage there and getting finished off in that lift off by slimyslice. And now slimyslice able to make up a couple of, well, not make up, but drop a couple more artillery units down. And oh, will he be finished off himself? No, barely getting away. Very, very close. But yeah, I really, in these cases, I'd like to see at least one of these players put a little bit. Oh, and there you go. slimyslice is now putting some artillery. No, just you. Just using the upper outpost to heal up. I thought he was going to put those 2 at the top to start to get an advantage at top, build up more units. That top is a power station after all, so you can get a lot more units and you know, approach the other outposts from there. And then at that point, the opponent will have to split their forces, or get kind of screwed on one side. The upkeep is pretty even, 45 to 49, and both of them are way over the unit cap. 44 versus 45, I guess, you know, one of them has an upkeep part, or a negative 1% upkeep part, or something like that, whatever it is to actually get that one to tick down. But either way, it's pretty darn even. Oh, now slimyslice now is starting to, I don't know if you can really call this a cheese, but is trying to ninja neutralize this outpost, grabbing a couple creeps. Has Tamil notice? Yes, he has a generator going down, and he has been able to drop the stasis. The outpost is not neutralized quite yet. Does slimyslice? Is he going to be able to body block? No, some of the creeps do get killed, but the outpost does go down in neutral. 2 creeps do make it in. Will slimyslice be able to get the creeps in time? And Tamil now socketing generators. What is he doing? He really needs to neutral. Oh, but pushing out right now, and actually slimyslice is really low on units there. Now slimyslice has just why would the artillery? That's a very strange choice. If he was actually trying to ninja that outpost, it might go down neutral, and yes, it now does. Tamil's units are going to completely demolish everything Tamil does. slimyslice has down there, but now there's a lot of tanks over here threatening the you know, the fort area of Tamil's side, and a couple more. Okay, well, one seeker does get pushed over. Did Tamil? Okay, Tamil sent them on T, not on Y. If he sent them on Y, actually, that might have been a better decision, because slimyslice would have been forced to respond to it rather than now. Okay, now I see that I could do something. If slimyslice at this point, I would like to see him grab a couple more creeps, take that outpost back under his control so he can grab more tanks out of it, and that's actually exactly what he's doing. But a lot of his tanks have already died to a couple of Gemini that Tamil has already put down, and another one does go down, so there's very little here for slimyslice except for what he has coming out, and Tamil has not actually pushed out. I thought he was going to actually push that on Y, which would almost definitely be the correct decision at this point. I don't see any error in that logic, to be honest. slimyslice needs to realize that there's 2 artillery pointing in here, and points a couple at the fort instead, but really needs to just kill these 2 Archies. These 2 Arties, I think. Oh no, Archies. And okay, instead just ferrying over. Now Tamil finally moving out and just dropping more generators to actually make more units, which I don't know if that should be the priority at this point. Right now it needs to just be take some action, and Tamil now repositioning his artillery. slimyslice needs to probably at least take one of these out. Well, these are okay. Okay, and now repositioning to the corner. Very nice by slimyslice, but all Tamil's units have already hit slimyslice's fort. Who will win this base race? There's a lot of units for slimyslice here on the corner, but Tamil has about just as many, and a lot of firing at the corner as well. slimyslice is losing health even more rapidly. Really needs to put all the Gemini on those corners, and Tamil trying to drop some boomers. They will be able to get a lot of units killed. Oh, and all the Gemini go down, and that's pretty much about it. Tamil does not have much units threatening his side anymore, and that's about it. All of his Gemini are pounding away at that fort, and that is game. Tamil taking this ranked win over slimyslice on Twin Peaks. Man, slimyslice had, I think if he had Gemini instead of artillery, or at least seekers or something like that, not artillery, when he took that outpost to dump out of that post so he could, you know, use that post, maybe secure it, or even just push from there, because he had artillery out, they pretty much did nothing because he didn't set them in attacking range. And even then, I mean, in that situation, tanks would have almost always been a better choice. And at that point, the game might have been different. Even microing some of those Gemini to the other corner, noticing that Tamil's dropping boomers even, you know, trying to save some of those Gemini, might have been able to get him the win instead of Tamil. But speculation. Congratulations to Tamil for winning this ranked 1v1. But also great job to slimyslice. That decision to just drop those Gemini, and Tamil didn't notice it until it was too late. You know, and he took that outpost under his control. That might have been, I really would have liked to see what would happen, but it didn't. So that's that. If you guys have any games that you went, oh man, I should have done this, and I maybe could have won, but I didn't. But maybe we want to see that, huh? Send them in to me. All right? Okay. This is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.